Hello, Daniel. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to Friday night. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We're gonna work on this PBY over here. See what we can do on it tonight. Yes, sir. First, I'm gonna get you a cup of coffee and I'm gonna join the show. Hello, everybody. This is Frankie Day Models. Alrighty then. And we got Matt from Lucid Model Designs all the way from Canada. We got Mr. Daniel Britton all the way from upstate Maine. He's with us. And Mr. Daniel Britton says, good Colorado video. I have the same P17C in my stash. And Matt says, great artwork on that box. Newport 28C said, hi, Frankie and everyone. And Matt again says, hey, Newport. I'd like to thank everybody for joining in tonight. We have a good stream. And have a wonderful time tonight. I got a good cup of coffee going. We're going to build this PBY together. I just posted a video for John, Newport 28C. I'm working on his Coronado. And I've been cleaning some parts off it a couple hours ago. And I got a lot more cleaning on it to do. And then we start putting it together. And I'd like to thank John who's online. Thank you very much, John, for that B-17. I'm very honored, sir. Thank you very much. And I'll be waiting for that Hellcat, too. And we'll get that going also. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everybody. You guys have been supporting me very good lately, you know. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel very warm in the heart that I got people out here. Be careful. You know, I don't got much in life but you guys and my models and myself and my maybe years or days. So. I've been kind of working all kinds of stuff lately. Drinking a lot of models out of the closet. I've been working on my American Scout Freighter, C2 type of merchantman. I think I got it on the bed over here. Radio control. And we got a Newport 28C. John says the box art from the old kits that were 1950s, 60s were really something as a kid. I used to cut the box art from them and hang in my bedroom. I did the same thing. The artwork. Like, I'm not gonna throw this box away when I build this model. Like in the Helldiver, I'm gonna keep it. That's artwork and they're duplicated. And like I said, it could be better to just go ahead and put them against the wall, like I'm going to be doing in here. And Daniel says, some kits I have in stash, I bought for the box art. A lot of collectors and a lot of able to do that. Newport says, John says, I watched you in a box review with Coronado B-17 this afternoon. Your Hellcat is supposed to arrive at 7/13 or 7/14. So within a few days, probably next week, I guess, to get here. And Matt, who's the model design, says, yes, the PBY box art looks great. Yeah, I like it. That old box, but that's what sold the model. That's exactly that's the psychology of the box art. It got you to buy the model. Go to a hardware store, department store like TJ Grant's, FW Woolworths, Newberry's, Sprouts and Ritz. Go to places like that, and they had even the hobby shops go in there. That's the sold model for the box. And my goal was back in those days was I built the model. I built exactly how it was pictured on the box art. But I'm thinking about doing another PBY right here. Although it may be fictitious, with all yellow wing like that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint this one. That really brings up the line. Tomorrow, my daughter will take me out tomorrow. Take me to the movies tomorrow, and I'll watch George Washington. And let's get my ears lowered, his haircut. I'm so used to having long hair, you know. I don't know. I used to have my keep my hair short all the time. I was an Navy, always you couldn't walk around the deck with a head full of hair like I got now. Huh? So for a guy my age, I'm 81 years old. You know, well, each of the guys my age have a head full of hair like that. I'm very lucky about that. I don't have a bald spot in my head. See a lot of guys shave their heads. They walk around like Kojak, you know. One guy told me, he said, "Hey, Frank, you ever go bald? You're gonna go ahead and shave your hair and shave your head to get bald?" Hell no. I pulled out. Dollar Bill had Benjamin Franklin. See Uncle Ben right there? He's bald. Look at his hair. So I'm gonna be like Uncle Ben Franklin. You're all bald, long hair. I don't like having shaved heads like that. You know, it puts me in mind of being condemned. That's why a lot of prisoners nowadays they shave their heads. It's not only a mark of submission; it's a mark of being condemned. I didn't like the idea of going to boot camp and Navy to shave your melon. You know, and I can remember the barber chair. Let me tell you this story. I had this one guy. His name was Hastings, Paul Hastings, and he had his hair like Elvis Presley, you know, a little pompadour, long sideburns, well groomed. And usually when you go to boot camp, you go with your clothes on and you got your wallet and stuff. You got to go to the administration building, and the company commander tell you take all your belongings out, put it in the bag, and send them home to your parents or your wife. And you got nothing, so you come there with something. By the time you leave that building, you come out butt naked. You know, I guess he had $5 stashed somewhere. He sits in the barber chair like that. He gives the barber a $5 bill. Leave it for the book of years. The barber says, "Wow." Puts the $5 bill in his pocket. And boy, he was balls of melon. He got the little hair on his ears. And the barber looked at him and flushed his $5 right there. He'd get the rest of it cut off. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. So they got their ways to get back at you, too, you know. I go back to the Capitol. We got a full host tonight. I got a full board. We got 8 watching, 8 thumbs up. Can I catch up with my questions? And Newport 28C, John says, Former members of my modeling group, Jim Jim Dola, used to paint the original art on the model boxes tops. That's pretty significant. Wow. Okay, I like that. And Mark 6310 is with us. Hello, Mark. Welcome to tonight's show. Mark says Lens has old monogram PBY without results simple but good weekend build. Yes, they are. That PBY came out in 1955. Box art was green. PBY said cool cat. And it was all aluminum color. And I still got that cat too. I got two. I got one that I built. I still got the one in the box. That was no monogram job. Box scale. A lot smaller than 1/72 scale. I can remember the only two PPYs that were out there at the time before monogram made 1/48 scale one, and the 1/72 scale was. Most of them at the time, 1950s, was doing monogram box art. It was small. Until this kit came out, it was gigantic kit. Yeah. When you're a little kid growing up, and small, model this size was really big. It took two hands to pick it up. If you get full adult age, it's small. That's the funny thing about models. It's big. Small models to us now, giant models to us when we were little kids. Big, you're small hands, you're little. It's bigger. And Mark says, I like the Golden Duck too. Golden Duck's a very good kit. I've got the UITC one, which now Glencoe makes. It was molded in red plastic. It had a motor in it. And that motor operated the clock and operated the wheels. It had like a pulley system on the bottom shafts of the wheels. And a pulley around the motor, a clock steady. And that pulley, like a drum, rubbed that bit around there, came to the wheels. And was probably straight the wheels went through, so it actually taxing the motor run. It was pretty, IGT was pretty in making motorized stuff like that. I even got the old halibut subring they got. That was about a $5 kit. That was very expensive. It works on the water. It does die. It does die. So it's got belly power. You got a guy on a fork that hooks up to it. You press it, go in the water and do stuff. And this one goes up and everything. It's pretty neat. Oh, wow. Must be having audio problems. I had that in my Coronado. I went back and checked my OBS studio. I advanced the volume up. I think what happened was when the computer goes through update, it messes up my controls and stuff. I had no idea that you guys can hardly hear me. More. See, I'll see what I can do right here. I turned the volume up a little bit more on my computer. Let's see, you guys hear me loud now? Am I 4x4 now? A little louder? That's probably what it is. When I get back, they can't hear me. I can get closer up to you. Yeah, probably so, Daniel. I get the volume cranked up pretty much on here. Am I pretty loud now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's what it is. When I get back to talking like this, I guess it shows your value. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Okay. Yeah. Got the PBY out. I have this ready to go. The only thing I'm going to do on this thing is to be the fuselage and the stabilizer. That's only one of those that calls for silver. Everything else is just yellow. Yeah, I thought so too, Daniel. So I finish this coffee, we'll get started on the PBY. Yeah, I think so, John. Yeah, this is definitely pre-war. I was kind of wondering, in reality, back in 1940 or early 1941, if all the whole entire wing was painted yellow. I've never seen. I've seen them in pre-war colors like this, but the entire wing floats everything. So generally, the only this thing would be more authentic if the cowlings were not painted red. It was painted aluminum, like 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 the fuselage, and the bottom of the wing was aluminum. The top wing was yellow, but underneath the leading edge where the icers were at, it'd be yellow right there. It'd be like a yellow deportation line across there. And sometimes they had cowling down. They had like blue or something on there. It depends on the squadron. Like Quonset Point out there on the East Coast, they had blue cowling. But in 1941, they went to a navy gray blue color, blue gray color. But the box top represents pre-war. Okay, we'll get started this thing. We're selling to the air conditioner on. A little stuff in there. Maybe I'm shit. Okay, we'll get started on this thing, fellas. Here's wildlife. Right here. This is the original packing paper that came to the mom. It's wildlife right here. As mentioned on a video I made on the Coronado, on the shout out to John, and on the Zoom build on the Coronado, I showed the stand out here. These stands are worth more than models are. Unbelievable. I was on the eBay looking around, stand the hill guys, the airpick stands. They won $30, $40 for a simple stand. They won over $100 for a stand like this. Oh my God. So I guess model stands are pretty popular. I never ever used them when I was a kid. When I built them, I hung them up. The smell of a finished kit is victory. I'm gonna take these decals in from the window. There's a little yelling around 27, and also while yelling on it. So I'm gonna put that across the window. I think I do that now. What's on my mind? We're right next to Jesus. I got Jesus over there. Hello, Jesus. Jesus, very good. A very great kid. Okay. Beginning with the juice laws together. The windows go inside. Okay. No material at all, this thing, you know? None at all. By the first time I built this PBY, about 60 years. Maybe longer than that. Maybe longer. Was with epoxy inside there. As long as you keep that glue at a minimum right there around the edges where the that location where the windows fit at there, it won't block up the windows. toothpick on the other here. It's very gentle. All we're doing. It's not that for that plastic to grab the whole stick. Well, you tell the abundance of the ribbing on this thing. I mean, I believe my heart and soul that the riveting on this thing is pretty much on, like the real ones. The real ones, they were riveted. They were. This ain't very heavy rivets on here. They're very subtle. And when they put the tape on it like that, they'll pop up very much more subtler than what they are. But you'll see them. All we like about Aurora kits is you see the placement of the decals there where they go at. You can't go wrong, you know. I'll tell you another good thing about the two fellas. The decals go bad, you got a good steady hand. You can paint, you can paint on here. You just go ahead like a roundel, lay the tape across there, and burnish it till you see the rounding of the tape. Turn around and move the tape like that. Go ahead and paint. Airbrushing on there. Yeah. Okay, what you saw done. Keyboard here. Well, have a good night, fellas. You know, let me check the chat board here. See what's going on. Okay. Well, I take my mind off it, you know, and doing this, I get lost off track a little bit. Pay attention to the chat. I picked the last one was Daniel says stands are available. Let's see, TV Man. Daniel Britton, this is new. It could be now. Daniel Britton says, "Wow, the plastic looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It is, Daniel. Very pretty, sir." And Matt from Lucid Model Design says, "We are sure spoiled these days with full interiors." Yes, we are. Stuff we got nowadays was a distant dream back in my youth, hoping someday a model manufacturer will make a full interior. Back in my days, like for example, like this, nothing but blankness right there, as you can see. The skills was always there, the skills. But we bought a kit like this, we put it together. Now I'm surprised that usually they give you torso up figures on the old war kits. So you got the torso one up, you just do a planet right there, and a planet next to it. That was your interior. But like I said, like I mentioned on John's museum build on the Coronado, is that nothing's impossible, guys. Nothing's impossible. If you get an interior set up or something, Airfix or Revell PPY, even Canada, you can save all that, just cut this out there, add your interior there. I'm quite certain of it. Now this gets me right here. It's open right here. And these side blisters here are closed, just like the top of the fuselage is. Huh. That's very strange. Very queer indeed. last one is built, the wingtip floats, they work very well. They're designed to work. I think the only ones that don't work is the Rebella, the Academy. The Airfix floats, they work. Of course, Airfix always was good in incorporating moving parts. One more to go, boys. One more to go. And three shot together. These stands, so I had to take. And my daughter will take me out and get my ears lowered tomorrow. And then we'll watch him George Washington movie theater. I'll take me up on dinner too. She knows my birthday's getting near. You guys sure take good care of me, I know that. Daniel, John, you know how much I appreciate this, fellas, you know. I like the way they glisten. As long as you keep that glue sparingly on the edges of where they go at, recess areas with the weather spit. You know, you guys know what I'm saying. Just don't get heavy with it. If you get heavy with it, you push the windows in, it'll puddle out. When you get in the window, that's because of the blocking. Okay. It's plastic stuff here. Let's put the box in out in the parts. Take a slug of my coffee. My daughter came in, saw me working on my fader back there. She goes, "Gee, Dad, you're like a factory worker." I said, "What do you think?" She says, "Every time I come here and see what goes on," I said, "You got miles working on it." She says, "That's a big one right there." I said, "Oh, yeah." I bucked it out for Daniel right there. I know Daniel would come in and say, "Gee, Frank, one thing I like about your bills is you always bring out something huge like that, like out of nowhere." I got more than that. I got a 6-foot model of the Hudson class destroyer. The Fort Piper. I got that up there in my trailer out there. So next month, it's coming very closely, and my son-in-law's gonna get a 24-foot truck, and got a couple of RV station wagons like that. I tell them I like to transfer my clipper ships, all the built stuff in there, and everything else will fit in that stand there because, you know, I got a lot of finished stuff. A lot of you guys see my earlier videos, like me working on my destroyer. Even the, you know, like the Isabella and stuff, you know, they have to travel in the car. And the truck, if something bounces on, gets broken. Oh, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the way, get my stuff here. I'll be very happy, guys. I'll be a new man. I grieve over my stuff. It's miles away, and I'm paying on it. I told my family, look, you're paying over $400 a month for my stuff. That stuff can go towards the house, go towards food, it goes towards me a little bit here and there. And ain't no good giving it to them while it's supposed to be here because I'm not going to work, I'm staying here. So they see the logic, they understand, which is good. Okay. And let's see here. Pick up that left off on here. Matt says, I left off when Matt said, we are sure spoiled these days with full interiors. Danny Britton said, I went to Google Catalina images. There are a couple of really cool pre-war photos. I think I'll do the same after this. That's a live stream game. I was thinking about doing the same thing. Matt from Lucid Model Design says, I've seen some pictures as well. This all yellow wing is here. And all yellow wing is here. I guess it does. I guess it is there. Not fictitious. That's going to be just like your box top. It'll be black underneath there. The icers. Danny Britton said it was created for kids. Sure was. Then we got Cool Like Blow. Welcome to tonight's show, buddy. Old Frank is doing good. Old Frank has got a good shot in the ass right now. You guys are taking care of me pretty good, supplying me with my needs that I need that I can't get. They keep me going, so I keep you guys going. I work at OPBY. In the background, I got my American Scout C2 Type Raider by Sterling. And, that cabin does not do it justice back here. That hull looks all twisted, but it's not. It's all banana shaped like most airports. So that's radio control. I'll be planking that hull probably next week sometime. But right now, I'm concentrating on John's museum build on the Coronado and the PBOI. Get some plastic here going down. You guys probably getting bored of me working on wood model ships and stuff like that, you know. We're all bird with feathers that flock together, you know. We flock in plastic, we flock in wood, we flock in paper. It's all good. Modeling is modeling. No matter if it's made out of chewing gum, as long as it looks good and it's pleasing to the eye, what the hell. Okay, that clock is dead. Okay, right now. Check the instructions, see what that will go. What I like about these instructions, they got exploded views of the kit itself, how far to go and everything. Well, very simple. I mean, it is, I like that. It tells you part, identify the parts by number, like radio, like a 10IMS, convection fighter loop, air scoops, the engines, the propeller shaft, the propeller itself, the cowlings, the float linkages, and also the right pontoon door, the fuselage, landing gear cover, nose wheel, stand, and the paint schedule down here. The detailed painting instructions: black, motors, tires, bottom of wing floats, the icer boots, color hub, air scoops. No mention of yellow. Yes, there is yellow. Red. motor cowls. Yellow is yellow tips, no itching on the wings. And they got the history right here, which is in the box, tells you the history of the airplane. And over here, raw literature tells you how to assemble. For example, step one, cement both halves of the stand. Once you get that done, when you go to the next assembly, it tells you to put the fuselage, wheel wells, and stuff in. So it's pretty informative. Check, see if they can put it in and cargo. That does. That's good. Because I'm putting tape on this thing, and I don't want to have to go down with Kelly, cut this out, cut that there. This is those are the plug. To the bottom, to the it's like that. Okay. Okay. So far, I don't think it's no good issues on this kit. Yeah, an old turd in the punch bowl. This thing here really comes together very well. Yeah, nice fit. I'm probably about a good 4 feet away from the computer here. You guys hear me pretty well from this distance? Cool Light Blow says, how old is that kid? I'd say 65 years old because it came out in 1956. And they stopped making it by 1960. I bought this back in 1959. I bought it at T.J. Grant's department store. I paid $1.98 for it. No, I paid $1.35 for it. It was a discount store. They were the Walmarts of the 20th century. I got models in here that are over 100 years old. A lot of new models nowadays. Can't believe something like that is that old. Yes, they are. They're very old. I've got one hanging from the ceiling now. It's my Newport 17C Scout. That's the old clear kit. That's about 100 years old. My dad bought that in 1931. He paid 25 cents for it. I did a couple live streams of that building it. It's all balsa wood. It was built for display. And the Lancaster hanging over there. Got the weenie wagon on top of the 245 model Princess Flying Boat. There's my Titanic right there. Minus Jack and Rose. Well, Danny said that's like South Park tug. Here's my yard tug I was working. Got my tanker right there, T2 type oiler. That's the USS Weighted Mission Weighted Ventura. Imports that to the battleship Oklahoma. That's banana paper. And probably get the B-36, the Michael, the Albatross hanging up there. Got 262 Swallow, B-17, RB-6 Constitution. Like the Mr. Mulligan sitting on the top with the DH-4. You have the DH-4. I got the B-25 back there where Daniel sent me, gave me. I'll be sitting on that listen to. Just like Andrew there. They got the tripod. This tripod is unlocked. It's got retractable legs so you take my phone to go off. I got the Newport hanging back there. Titanic in the background. Yeah. I like where they got the camera now. Before we used to have the air there. It's good enough you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. And I can see what I'm doing and watch the monitor and I can see me doing, I'm seeing exactly what you guys are saying. I got a very bad habit of pulling myself away from me, but like a lot of us work this way anyway. This camera's the way it's set up, it captures the entire me and everything, how I work. You gotta keep the camera back around it. It's like it's saying it's postable, whatever position you want to put it at, so you can be able to work on your model. Hope everybody had a belated good 4th of July. I know I did. I'm not much in fireworks, but we got a very good fireworks display. We got Joe across the street. Boy, he must have spent a couple $1,000 on the fireworks. That's one thing I don't understand why people pay so much money for fireworks just to go up and smoke and make a big noise. But kids like that stuff, see? You gotta make sure the kids are happy. Because the fireworks, you gotta watch your young ones because they can get very crazy with them. I'll give you an example of craziness of some of these kids nowadays. You have these Roman candles that shoot out a stick. You gotta hold one end of it, and it goes shoot, shoot, shoot. I guess these guys are watching too many Star Wars movies or something. And they're pointing there and shooting each other with it. Hey, you kids gonna hurt somebody doing that. Don't do that. Oh, shut up. No respect there. I said shut up to an adult back in my days. My dad would slap me so much he'd knock me in the middle next week. My dad was pretty free with the belt. We lay down on the wheel. We got out of control. Sometimes he'd take his belt off and walk around the store with it. He always gave us a right act, my dad did. He said, okay, guys, we're going to the store. I don't want you guys touching nothing or anything. Anything, you tell me. If I can afford it, I'll give it for you. If I can't, I can't. And you don't ask me questions after that. Not even set of the time would ever get us for us. I always sacrifice things to myself so my brothers can have. It's good. It's like that. That way, when I lay down the tape, I don't have to worry about going over the lining gear doors and cutting here, cutting there. Tell you one thing about Aurora plastic, it's very hard as plastic. Abe Schalzer, the owner of the company, president back then, the little guy, he produced pretty thick plastic models back in the days. I think Aurora was very top line back in the days. Monogram one, the Bell, Monogram, and Aurora. They were the kingpins of plastic back in the days. You could buy these things with Coke models, paper route money, cutting the lawn, anything make money. Coke bottles were the thing back in those days. A lot of people didn't understand what a Coke bottle. Hell, it was like 2 cents a bottle, you know. A 32-ounce bottle would cost you like Coke bottles. I think they're 5 cents. Of course, bottles weren't very expensive back in the days, but it was hard to get $1 back then. Nowadays, it's easier than hell to get $100 nowadays. That shows you the value of money, how it's changing. Folks back then, back in my days when I was young, it was very hard to get $1. Sometimes our parents didn't have $1. It shows you how it was back then. And we were raised, you want it, you got to work for it. My dad said, I could buy it for you if I wish, but you won't appreciate it. You appreciate it more by working for it. And you do. You do. Because they can't take it away from you. There ain't no fit issues in this model. 100% flawless. Now seams don't disappear too well, but they're gone. But you can see where they're at because I think it's the nature of the plastic. Okay. Nice. Very nice. People the weapons. I like that reflection. I like that. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the reflection. There's glass there. I'm sure there is. I like the plastic of the thing. It's hard. It's nice. It's pretty. Okay, go back to chat board and see what's shaking there. Take about a 5-minute break while it's drying. Now, Matt, elusive the model design says the B-17 will always be my favorite. Yes, it is. Between that and the B-25, I always like the most of all bombers. They're both iconic bombers. They're two bombers that were designed at the right time, the right place, and they came to the service at the right time in World War II. John Newport 28 sent me a B-17C, which looks like a variant of 1938 or 1938 or 39, maybe as late as 1940. But the C model turned into the D model. There's a movie, B-17B, and it looked like the B-17C. It was, the movie is called Air Force. It had John Garfield, he played it. The name of that B-17 was called Mary Ann, like the Swoops. And in the South Pacific, you got shot down and stuff, you know. And that was a good movie. Early Army Air Corps movie. It was really a very good flick. Yeah, I think my pipe and smoke it. Get back to it. Working on some other sub-facilities. But if yours was drying, you'll get that thing caked off. It's nice and smooth comes. It looks that's what I've been sanding on it. The plastic's been disturbed. Took off the lid, but it's nice and flush. It's going to be covered with tape anyway. Time for the cowboy tree. Well, this week went by like that. My daughter came in today, right made a video. Dad, where's your gun at? He says, in my drawer right there. He says, I just cleaned it. I said, can I take it to work with it? Are you allowed to? I'm a police officer. I can do anything I want to do. I said, well, I know that. But the thing about it is that you're not allowed to use something like that on patrol, are you? So you guys use 9 millimeters. You guys use it, yeah, but I just want to show off to my supervisor. You know? I was talking about being a dirty hair, especially here to see him. I just want to take a look and show it to myself. Yeah, that'd be okay. Is it loaded? I said always, without safety hat. Don't worry about going off on it. I showed her how to use it. So why do you have such a big gun, Dad? I don't know. I just always liked Dirty Harry movies. I guess how I got one. I bought that for $900. Bought it off a buddy of mine. The band I played with. That'd be what the hell was his name? Not LB, but it was Damon. He was a man there. If you look at him, you wouldn't think twice the guy had any money. You know? He dressed as very casual, you know. approached me one time. He always came to work all the time. We played music. He got the car, showed me. He always bought guns all the time. So he bought guns like we as fathers buy models. And, hey Frank, you want to buy a pretty hard special off me? You know, some people want to get one of those. What is it, 44? Exactly, 9-inch barrel. So I'll sell it to you cheap. How much you asking? It's $900. Jesus. I got to think, that's cheap. And I looked at the blue book for those things, they were worth a lot of money. I think we paid over $1,000. So he gave it to me a good deal. And I was okay. So I gave him cash for it the next day. A good gun. And I got my concealed carry license and everything because I don't want to have something like that. You know, just nowadays, I never hardly ever carried a gun with me until nowadays. I always get the gun at home for home security. My best home security is my 410 shotgun I got. A blind man can shoot anything with a shotgun. The shotgun, the shot just goes all over the place. And it doesn't have any eyes, it just hits stuff, you know. But you gotta have a lot of respect for guns. Only use only necessary. I go by the Second Amendment. That's the only time I use it for, the Second Amendment. It's in our Constitution. We're all allowed to have guns. It's a lot of laws nowadays. Make sure we don't have guns. So it's all registered, so I'm kosher, so I got no problem. I can conceal carry. In case the cop pulls me over or something, hey, you got a big iron on your hip. And, where you get that at? Where's this and that? Registration, concealed carry, everything. Okay. Plus, makes a good conversation piece. Oh, we got 6. Got 5 watching and 12 thumbs up. Okay. And the computer off to the side. We'll be coming up pretty soon. Now I want to get to the wings. That's what I want to get to. enjoy YouTube, man. Good stuff. Nice. It's a bit there too. Now that's it. Right, a little bit. It's the fuselage assembly. That's it's plastic, very hard. Sink mark there. Let's see about that. I got this really fat. Sink mark right there. Ouch. Let's see about that. Fellow right there. The other one's got a sink mark too. Let's see about that also. See if I turn the air conditioner up. It's cold back here. I can feel that thing blowing on me back here. It don't take much to cool this room up. It really don't. It don't take much to warm it up either. Oh boy. Not for dinner tonight. My daughter made me a little bowl of pasta. That was good. And a cold Coke to boot. Hey. Bill just sand really fast. That's all we got used to. All 10. Okay. You know, now we're supposed to move to F4. We're up against lots of monkeys coming out. Don't juice in it, guys. Don't be bashful. Sometimes it's recommended to use food sutamia, which all now they've custom using. God, chat watching is going on. Okay. You know, Mark 6310 says my favorite fighter planes is the P-47 Thunderbolt. That thing was a monster, so much power. Oh yeah, had 2,800 horsepower. Had a double row Pratt & Whitney Wasp engine in it, with a supercharger in it. The old jug was the B-17 of the Sweet Fighters. They could take a lot of damage and a lot of power. and the Jerry's, and they feared the judge. Their biggest fear was they couldn't shoot the thing down. And Newport 28C, John says, other than Frankie, is anyone else working on the model during this live stream? I'm building 1/72 scale Curtis Pusher for an upcoming display at Seattle Museum of Flight. That's good, John. Well, like I say, guys, just watch, you get to build along with me too, as we're all sitting in a room building together, which we are, which is a far, far away place. Yeah. What about the ball now? do work. Oh, just fine with them. Like I do tour, I can do some exhibition on. Happy, happy. good meat myself. Fumble guns. Man, I used to have no tough hands, right? My hands are very slow, you know. You don't labor very much. You lose your grip. You work too. That notebook's too. Yeah. So, yeah, you got wings done, you go ahead and have it on there. Careful, cover the fuselage with a shiny, shiny moving tape around there. Got plenty of it. Stay good. Good too. Good song. Hooks work very good. A little tricky, but they work very good. I know they work more fast than I built. That's probably about the third of the fourth kit of the dumbbells I made in my lifetime. And I can remember the other two bills I had the first one very well. A lot of companies say use machine oil to loosen up. That's the worst thing to use. Use that machine oil, but sometimes it eats up your plastic. It's not your value. Polyurethane plastic don't savvy machine oil. So if you're going to lubricate with anything, either drop vegetable oil or use gasoline. Okay, check the chat. What's going on? 6 watching, 13 thumbs up. Had a pretty good night tonight so far. Okay, Mark's available. Mark 63. 10 says Russell, Ravel, 1200 King George III. So light as earlier. I was working on tonight. So Mark 6310 is working on King George tonight, which is very good. So there's two of you working on them. The Newport 28C, John says, is that the Ravel Midship Series? Probably is. Mark says yes. Now, that's good. That'll work on the fuselage. you go. See? It's all panel lines. There you go. There's plastic. There's a window right there. It's not right here. There's windows that right over there. Change these lights to that look like these doubles. I've been cutting wood on a thing a lot and stuff, so I was gonna have a fresh blade. I'll get it over and catch where my blade's at. Over here. I think I'll put them over here where I can get it a lot closer. I got a lot of them 11 blades, so I got plenty of those. Oodles of them. These sharpener pencils right here, really good for buttons, so they work very well. Like I said before, you want to use metal to have it more. See how this camera. Goes on. There you go, guys. Good. See you spell in Panama. What's the happening? Look at it work. Now I go about breaking the retractor. Yeah, sure is, John. Sure is. You can even see the star. You can see the engraved the star there too. Yeah, yeah. And also the tape softens at the rivets too. It's perfect. That's the real one. When these things came out of the factory in pre-war colors, they're pretty shiny like that. But being an operational boat, they put some kind of chemical on there. It acts like a dull coat that dulls out the aluminum. It doesn't keep the corrosion in salt water. Some kind of anti-corrosive anti-fouling paint that they use on it. It's clear. It's clear coated though, but it does it just to its mileage you get that dull silver look, oxidized look. Actually, it's coated to protect salt water and the elements deteriorating the aluminum. Closer to it, it's a little bit right. Yeah. Like I'll spend data mark cleaning up the parts and quote on, but get that thing both to John. Let's see, you lay this tape down like foil, same difference. Is that you just have to follow the panel and do that, follow the panel lines. You know, I'll go back over, do that there, go up, go this end, next, go that, next one there, cover that one, go over here, do that one, behind the glisser, that panel line, get that down there, and behind the glisser there, there, no. That's how it's done, fellas. That's how it's done. You can find this tape at the air conditioner outlets that sell air conditioning stuff. Myers, they got it down there. Ace Hardware, they got it there. Home Depot's got it there. Bill's Emporium, they got it there. Most department stores, they got that stuff. It's pretty commercially available off the shelf. They don't cost that much, probably about $5 to $6 a roll. But like I say, the modeling and stuff is excellent. That big old roll that Daniel sent me, this thing will last me a long, long time. It's good stuff. Yeah, you won't be disappointed, John. It's good stuff. They'll turn a lot of heads at your model meeting, too. When you go to your model conventions, you go to model shows, I bet you dollars or donut you do that on any of your models. It calls natural aluminum, you'll win a prize. I bet you will. A lot of models out there can't do that. It's too much work. But it really isn't. It's tedious and time consuming, but the reward comes in when it's like this. That's your reward right there. You see a difference. Things look nice with the yellow wings on it. I like pre-war colors. I was going to paint blue-gray color with white. No. Let's do it like the way it is. This is my first PBY painted this fall. All my PBYs are kind of painted blue-gray or non-spectral sea-gray, blue-gray. I like that about the boats right there. You pull them up, there's a gap right there should be filled up. So I may have to, I think it's leave like it is. Anything will work. Yep, that's right. That's right. It's very true, John. Very true. Oh, I'm going to get tired. Right. Yeah. Let's see what time it is. See what time it is. 3 hours. Okay, guys, I think I'm calling it video tonight. We'll do more work on this PBY tomorrow night, and when I get it done here live, on live stream, got to work on the Coronado tomorrow and get some little parts cleaned up and start building it. That's right here. Right. Nice clean back here. I got the tools a little bit. I think we all got that problem. Stick. Sand's over here. Let's get the sand going. Blue's over here. Here out the way. That's really careful. So one thing about glue, you got to make quite certain that screw keep that cat screw on. You don't let it evaporate. You go just evaporate that quick. who's here. Keep all myself living. I try to train myself, retrain myself, keep myself organized. No, I just can't live this way. Yeah, we're clean. Okay, everybody, I'm going to take a powder tonight. Today I've been up pretty early. I go to bed about an hour or so. I'll probably get up about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Make me a cup of coffee and kick back and have a ball. I'm going to have a good day tomorrow. Hoping my daughter will take me out tomorrow. And supposed to get my ears lowered a little bit. Probably get me something to eat. Go to the movie and watch young George Washington. And, come back and work on the Coronado and get that thing all cleaned up and get it all assembled. So far, I got the fuselage all cleaned up real well. And I'm going to put it together and do some painting on it. I want to take my time on it to be a museum. So anything to do with a museum, that takes my time. You can't rush your work. You take time. Okay. PPY, we got done. We got the fuselage all together. It's in there. I got the cover tape. I still, the windows are still luster, as you can see. The windows. Because they're real nice, guys. They're real nice. These things come out better and better. I think Wayne Schalzer would probably like it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good idea. And we got the fuselage 70 wise done. Start to cover it. We use my tape measure I use. And we got the wings done. Wings are supposed to try to put back up. See that. Got the wing together. Looks a little bigger than 1/72 scale. What are you doing out there? Yeah, I got to soften up the wood. Good. That's it, right. Okay. Got a nice tape over there. I love that stuff. Glue back with that one. Can we build this PBY? Yes, we can. We're doing it live here. Okay, before I get off here, I'd like to thank Daniel Britton for the state name for tuning in tonight. And thank you, Daniel, for the this wonderful cut you got me. I'm very honored to you, sir. And the P25 that you sent me, and the supplies on behalf of everybody, like you said. Thank you guys for everything. You guys support me in my hobby. I don't ask much in life, but you guys understand my status now, living wise. My independence has been stripped, and I can't go to the store like do things that I used to. I'm actually a prisoner from society, being in the room all the time. But not so too much being a prisoner. I enjoy what I'm doing, with my models, and being with you guys, and making my daily nightly streams. Keeps me on my toes and not so lonely. I'd like to thank everybody on the chat board who tuned in tonight. I'd like to thank all the viewers who watched the video. I'm very deeply honored. Tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, and we'll be doing some more work on the DUI. And we'll just model on until we can't model anymore, which would be an impossibility for me, because I work on these things every day. I do it religiously. Okay, make mama happy, take care of little ones, stay focused when you drive, please be aware of your surroundings. When you guys go out and you have children, please watch your kids, keep them in sight, don't keep them out of sight. Watch your wife, make sure she's in sight too, because you got some creepy people out there who are abducting people, especially guys' wives and girlfriends and kids and everything. You'll never see them again. If you do, they'll be so doped up, you won't know who you are anyway. Most of them are not the sex slaves. That's the thing, right? So take yourself and your family. Please say your prayers. May God bless. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody. This is Frankie Day Miles signing out. So be words and please join me tomorrow, Saturday night. Continuation of the build of the blind mode. Okay, guys, I'm out of here, and be good. Can't be good. Be careful. I'm out of here. Catch you guys tomorrow. Frankie Day signing off. Bye, boys. May God bless.